Hi everyone, this is Sun speaking. Since there won't be enough time in class to really get into this, I would like to give you an overview of Presentation 1 in this way, through a video. So I'm now logged on to Inquire, and under Resources, you'll see presentation directions and the schedule. So let's take a quick look at the schedule. Who goes first? So I use a random number generator and came up with these with this schedule. Okay, so these are the folks who will do the first set of presentations. So it'll be Jessica, Henry, and I'm still learning your name, and Alex. So the passage that you're going to read are as follows. Okay, so if you have trouble figuring out what these numbers mean, well, try looking on the margins to try to figure out the numbering system. Okay, if you have any trouble, please approach me and I will help you. I would like to have you please look up your passage 1 week ahead of time. Okay, so scroll down this schedule, look for your name, and look your passage up. Okay, so just to repeat myself a little bit, I've given you the exact passage from where to where. It's usually about a page and a half, and then in the approximate location uh, in the book. Okay, so it's the Kenny book, which contains Aristotle's Poetics, and then it is these is this passage. Okay, that's the schedule. Next is the directions. So if you click on Presentation 1 Directions, you'll get something that looks like this. Okay, so this is the directions, and it is directions on what I call interpretive reading. So you'll read a short passage aloud in front of the class in such a way that the meaning of the text is clarified. So it's kind of an elocution assignment here. So these 4 bullet points are things that you should pay attention to, right? So all the words in the text need to be clearly understood. And if there's a word that you don't understand, you need to look it up. You also need to understand how the words and some phrases are connected together, right? So that should influence the way you deliver these passages. You also need to understand the tone of the passage, right? And that's something that will come about once you get number 1 and number 2 under your belt. And then finally, you need to rehearse. Okay, you need to read these passages over and over again, practice, okay, especially words that are hard to pronounce. Not only that, but just clarifying the meaning in your delivery, I would say, is a big one. How are you going to be graded? I've listed 3 criteria with sub-criteria within each one. First is clarity and flow of your reading. Second is mainly the delivery, which includes your dress, mannerism, and eye contact. And then finally, your ability to answer a question from me and perhaps a question from the floor if they have a question to clarify what the text is trying to say. Okay, so try not to miss your reading because there will be grade penalties involved. And so I will let you read the rest of the directions. Okay, so let's look at an example here. So this is an example of a passage, and I'm going to read from the very top. This is from Aristotle's Ethics, Book 1, chapter, I think it's chapter 1. So I'm going to read it in a pretty poor in a bad way. Okay, now since there are many actions, arts, and sciences, the ends too are many of medicine. The end is health, of shipbuilding, a ship of generalship, of victory. As you can see, you would put any person to sleep with that kind of delivery, right? So for the presentation, you want to do something different. So you want to do something like this. Okay, so this is the good delivery. Now, since there are many actions, arts, and sciences, the ends too are many. Of medicine, the end is health. Of shipbuilding, a ship. Of generalship, a victory. of household management, wealth. And in all things of this sort that fall under some one capacity, for just as bridle making and such other arts as concern equestrian gear fall under horsemanship, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I hope you can see the difference between those two deliveries, right? So the second one is the preferred one because the meaning is clarified in the way the passage is delivered verbally. Okay, of course you can't see my hand movements and my face, and so you'll just have to imagine that. Okay, and that will also be a factor, I suppose, when I judge your delivery. All right, so that's the overview of presentation one. This is Soon signing off.